morning, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the disseminations workshop of ASEAN Solar PV Plus Utilization Study and the Memorandum of Understanding signing ceremony between ASEAN Center for Energy and Bandung Institute of Technology. My name is Dang Wu. I'm the Associate Research Analyst of ASEAN Center for Energy. It's my huge honor to be here as a Master of Ceremony for this special event in Sheraton Bandung Hotel and Towers. Under the main theme, Enhancing Energy Connectivities and Market Integrations in ASEAN to Achieve Energy Security, Accessibility, Affordability, and Sustainability for All, the ASEAN Plan of Actions for Energy Corporations Phase II, 2021 to 2025, is a blueprint for better cooperations toward enhancing energy security in the regions. There has established the aspirational targets, achieving 23% of renewable energy share in total primary energy supply and 35% in total installed capacity by 2025. To accomplish such ambitious goals and ensure energy resiliencies and security of the region, besides facilitating policy dialogues among ASEAN governments, the role of ACE in raising awareness and engaging 10 ASEAN member states with dialogue partners, international organizations, and academic institutions are important as ever. Furthermore, with immense solar potential, the integrations of solar PV system with other sectors, also known as solar PV plus, is a promising field that the AMS can tap into. Therefore, in this disseminations workshop, we do not only collaborate with China Renewable Energy Engineering Institute, CREEI, to announce the launching of ACE publications on solar PV plus development, but also provide a discussions forum for professionals and policymakers in ASEAN to develop new ideas, gather meaningful insights, and lessons learned in technology research and policy adaptations. Also, in order to strengthen the collaborations with academic institutions, the workshop is also held in accordance with the signing ceremony of MoU between ACE and ITB as one of the leading universities in Indonesia to support ACE in the implementations of APAEC Phase II, 2021 to 2025, particularly under the co-program's area of renewable energy and regional energy policies and planning. It is hoped that today will mark the start of the strategic partnership between ACE and ITB. Before beginning our event, I would like to briefly introduce the agenda for today. Upcoming next, we will have a safety introductions and regulations delivered by the representatives from Sheraton Hotel. After that, the opening remarks of the overall event will be delivered by, first is Ms. Andrea Fabi-Miesner, Director of New and Renewable Energy, Directorate General of Renewable Energy and Energy Conservation, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources of Indonesia. Mr. Elwan Misran, Undersecretary of Renewable Energy Divisions from Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources in Malaysia. Mr. Huang Qiang, Director of ASEAN-China Cooperation Fund, ACCF. After the opening remarks, there will be the signing ceremony between ACE and ITB, beginning with the ceremonial remarks by Professor Dr. Wijaya Mato Kusumo, Institut Teknologi Bandung from ITB, and Dr. Nugi Agia Utama, Executive Director of ASEAN Center for Energy. The physical MoU signing ceremony and photo sections will be proceeded afterward. The next agenda is the first sections of the Solar PV Plus Disseminations Workshop, starting with the presentations of ASEAN Solar PV Plus Utilization Study by Ms. Monica Medagawati, Research Analyst of ACE, followed by the report launching ceremony and handover photo sections. The second sections of the workshop with the topics Outlook of Renewable Energy Development in ASEAN will be moderated by Mr. Bintang Wihana, research analyst of ACE. After the second sections, we will have an approximately 1-hour lunch break to prepare for the third session in the afternoon. In the third sections, on ASEAN Renewable Energy Corporations, different distinguished guest speakers will give their presentations and help the panel's discussion with the moderator, Mr. Rio John Peter Silitonga, research analyst of ACE. And finally, the closing ceremony will mark the end of the workshop, and we will move on to the welcoming dinner in the evening. For the invitees for the site visit tomorrow, we will have a short briefing at the end of the event. The event is held in the hybrid mode and live streamed on Zoom webinar and ACE official's YouTube channel. Therefore, the physical participants in the meeting room do not have to log into the Zoom webinar. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, so without any further ado, please welcome on stage Mr. Milwan Prayoga from Sheraton Bandung Hotel and Towers to deliver the safety inductions for this event.
Excuse me. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sheraton Bandung Hotel Jakarta. Thank you for choosing us as your venue meeting today. I hope today's activity can running with well. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Milwan Prayoga from Loss Prevention Department. Allow me to do safety induction before your meeting starting. Okay, Sheraton Bandung Hotel and Tower has an ERT, emergency response team, who stand by 24 hours, which is formed to ensure the hotel will respond quickly to any incident of emergency. Emergency response team stand by 24 hours, which is consists of all staff who enter during the day. We will update the team member every shifting, and also we explain about their task and their job. Sheraton Bandung have equipped with the heat detector, sprinkler, and smoke detector, also public announcement speaker. So we are now at the Amaryllis meeting room. We are on level 1 of this building. If you hear an alarm sound and in emergency response, in emergency situation, please stay calm and do not panic, because we will find out. Emergency response team will find out and will announcement to our announcement public speaker. Please follow the instruction that will be notified through the hotel public announcement system. And then information, next information about the nearest hospital from hotel at the Santo Borromeo's hospital, around 5 minutes from the hotel. Next slide, please. This is about the one of sample emergency situation about the fire evacuation and earthquake evacuation safety. Please do not panic and drop and hold, cover your head, and waiting the instruction and follow the instruction. And the last information about the COVID-19 reminder. Now Bandung is still level 1 for regulatory restriction from the government. Sheraton Bandung remains consistent in reminding 3M. Always use the masker, always washing your hand, and stay away from the others. Please inform if any of the participants feel sick, because we have COVID task force team, which is will respond to the situation. Today there is no fire drill, and I hope the meeting will be progress in good situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Milwan, for your safety guideline. Next, I would like to warmly welcome Ms. Andrea Febimizna, Director of New and Renewable Energy, Directorate General of Renewable Energy and Energy Conservation from Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources of Indonesia, to deliver the first opening remarks. She will join us virtually today. Ms. Andrea, the floor is yours now.
Thank you. Honorable Undersecretary for Renewable Energy Division, Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources Malaysia, Mr. Erwan Misran, Honorable Executive Director of ASEAN Center for Energy, Dr. Nuki Akia Utama, Director of ASEAN China Cooperation Fund, Mr. Huang Chen, Honorable University Secretary of Institut Teknologi of Bandung, Professor Dr. Insinyur Wijaya Martokusumo, Board of Governor of National Research and Innovation of Indonesia, Ibu Tri Mumpuni, Managing Director of PT Surya Energy Indo Utama, Bapak Bambang Iswanto, distinguished speaker workshop participant, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to convey the apology from our DG due to another agenda. His Excellency cannot join with us today, and he convey the warmest regard, his warmest regard to all of you. It is indeed a great pleasure for me today to join today's meeting at the dissemination workshop of Solar PV Plus Studies and Implementation in ASEAN and signing MoU between ASEAN Center for Energy and ITB. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude and appreciation to ASEAN Center for Energy for preparing the workshop and welcoming to all workshop participants who attending both in person in Bandung as well as who joined virtually. And for my colleague who joined in person, I hope you are enjoying Bandung neighborhood, which is famous for Paris Van Java. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, solar PV is one of renewable energy resource because of its potential that fits to tropical climate like ASEAN countries. Those with its large and abundant potential, we should utilize those potential as part of energy transition to achieve net zero emission. Based on APAEC Phase II, 2021-2025, by the end of 2025, the region's renewable energy target in total primary energy supply and installed power capacity targeted are around 23% and 35% respectively. Considering high incoming solar radiation for 12 hours per day throughout a year in most of ASEAN countries, solar energy offers enormous potential that reach boost capacity around 8,000 gigawatts. Moreover, solar power has been proven to be an effective approach to help economic recovery under the COVID-19 pandemic hit in 2020. Indonesia, as the chair of ASEAN 2023, as well as chair for ASEAN Energy Cooperation, will bring the ASEAN stance and highlight the sustainable energy security through interconnectivity and market integration. Indonesia will also encourage the gradual increment of renewable energy utilization, as well as energy intensity reduction in ASEAN in order to pursue gradual enhancement to the APEC target as expected. With the moment of G20, Indonesia's presidency in 2022, we endorsed the Bali Compact, the G20 framework that set out 9 voluntary principles that leave no one behind. And with the spirit, we need to undertake our strategy effort, particularly in developing solar PV plus in ASEAN countries. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, solar PV installation has increased until 82% for the last 10 years. However, there are differences in install capacity of solar PV in ASEAN member countries, where until the end of 2021, Vietnam has the biggest install capacity of solar PV with 16.7 gigawatts, followed by Thailand, Malaysia, and Philippines. This was not an overnight success to reach such a large install capacity. Therefore, Vietnam can be an example of ASEAN to adopt the effort and policy of solar PV based on our as the neighboring country. In Indonesian case, we also put solar PV as the first priority in achieving some target of energy transition both for the short term as well as for long-term target to support net zero emission in 2060. Indonesia government has set a target of around 4.68 gigawatt for the development of large-scale solar PV in 2030. Currently, the largest floating solar PV in Southeast Asia with total 155 megawatt built in Cirata Reservoir, which targeted for COD in next year. This floating solar PV will be replicated to other locations in the existing hydropower plant with a potential of 12 gigawatt in 28 locations and in a reservoir of lakes with a potential of around 27 gigawatt in 271 locations. In our roadmap of net zero emission in 2060, more than 400 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity, particularly 400 gigawatt from solar PV, or around 60%, will be supported by solar PV. It is a huge capacity, so we need to prepare it well since now. A better policy and regulation are needed to create a good climate investment in energy transition. To encourage the renewable energy development in Indonesia even faster, especially solar PV, the Minister of Energy and Mineral Resources has completed several regulations. The newest regulation has been issued is a presidential regulation on accelerating of renewable energy provision for electricity by PT PLN. This regulation, among other, regulates about energy transition, price of electricity from renewable energy, support from various institutions to ensure the accelerating of renewable energy implementation, as well as incentive for renewable energy. Now we are also in finalization of law on new and renewable energy. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, the dissemination workshop of solar PV plus studies and implementation in ASEAN is also held in accordance with the signing MoU between ASEAN Center for Energy and Institut Teknologi Bandung. We know that ITB is one of the leading universities in Indonesia. We really appreciate ITB for the support providing to ACE and also for ASEAN member states in the implementation of APAEC Phase II 2021-2025, particularly under program area of renewable energy and regional energy policy and planning. I also would like to extend my appreciation to China Renewable Energy Engineering Institute for their support in conducting studies and a two-whole-day workshop event in Bandung. I believe that the support from CREEI will be very useful in developing solar PV plus, particularly in ASEAN area. My thankfulness also goes to PT LEN and PT Surya Energy Indonesia that facilitated the solar PV manufacturing site visit in the second day of the workshop, that acquiring the experience in renewable energy field that can be developed to better judgment in formulating policy and other related outcomes. Last but not least, I also would like to thank to all speakers on their sharing experience and thought in this workshop. I hope together as ASEAN countries, this workshop can expand the adoption solar PV utilization study as green recovery study and as the reference for the formulation of action plan of higher solar PV deployment in ASEAN. Furthermore, I hope this workshop also can strengthen the knowledge, insight, cooperation, and also providing solution for the challenges of solar PV deployment for all ASEAN member states in terms of increasing energy accessibility and supporting energy transition. Have an excellent discussion. Thank you. I pass back to MC. Thank you.
Ms. Andrea, for your excellent remarks. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Ewan Misran, Undersecretary in Renewable Energy Divisions from Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources in Malaysia, to give the second remarks of the event today virtually. Mr. Ewan, the floor is yours now.
UNC. Dr. Engineer Dadan Kusdiana, SOE Leader of Indonesia, Mr. Huang Cheng, Director of ASEAN China Cooperation Fund, Dr. Nogi Agia Utama, Executive Director of ASEAN Center of Energy, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. First and foremost, on behalf of Renewable Energy Subsector Network, a very warm welcome to all participants to the dissemination workshop of ASEAN Solar PV and Utilization Study. I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to the ASEAN Center of Energy for organizing this workshop today. I am indeed honored to deliver the opening address this morning, and I believe the ideas and experiences shared would bring forth both collaboration and partnership between ASEAN member states. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, energy transition already at the forefront of the mind of policymakers and investors in ASEAN way before pandemic COVID-19 hit the world. Renewable energy infrastructure investment in this region had been strong, as it reflects our effort to reduce carbon emission as well as reducing reliance on importing fossil fuel, which make us vulnerable to geopolitical shock and crisis. Renewable energy offers a way out of import dependency, allowing us to diversify our economies and protect them from the unpredictable price swings of fossil fuel, while driving inclusive economic growth, new job, and poverty alleviation. Here in ASEAN region, we are blessed with solar resources, and we enjoy it all year round due to our location so close to equator. With the advantages we have, we should maximize the potential of solar. The objective of the workshop today coincide with theme of APAEC Phase II, 2021 and 2025, enhancing energy connectivity and market integration in ASEAN to achieve energy security, accessibility, affordability, and sustainability for all, and align with ASEAN aspirational target to increase RE growth in the region, namely 20% of renewable energy shares in total primary energy supply, and 35% share of RE in ASEAN installed power capacity by the end of 2025. To conclude, Malaysia, together with our ASEAN colleagues, are committed to achieve our target by the end of 2025. However, there are numerous challenges and issues that need to be addressed and resolved to achieve our sustainable energy goals. With the support of various dialogue partners and international organizations, AMS will be able to realize this target. Beyond ASEAN's border, we should deepen our collaboration with our dialogue partners and international organizations to work towards implementing the APAEC. Such global energy cooperation is increasingly important in maintaining energy security, facilitating international partnership, and in shaping a sustainable energy future. It is my sincere hope this workshop will be utilized as a platform for exchanging knowledge and sharing experience among ASEAN member states to expand the adoption of solar PV as a green recovery strategy and as orientation for the formulation of action plan of higher solar PV deployment in ASEAN. On behalf of the government of Malaysia, I wish all of you a fruitful and successful program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Elwan, for your amazing speech. And now, please warmly welcome Mr. Huang Chiang, Director of ASEAN-China Cooperation Fund, ACCF, to deliver the third opening remarks. I would like to give the floor back to you, Mr. Huang.
Hi, good morning. I found some VIPs, the name have changed. It's not on the list you're giving me, right? So maybe some VIPs, the speaker's name I don't know. So, Madam from the Indonesia government, and the official Mr. Awang from the Malaysia government, and Mr. Noki, the director of the ACE, and Mr. Saifo, director of the from Strategic Planning Division from CETA, and this gentleman, so I don't know the name, sorry. Okay, I'm Huang Chen. I'm from the ASEAN-China Cooperation Fund Management Team from Jakarta. And I also have the two colleagues come with me from Jakarta, Mr. Gu Junjie and Madam Nia Husnia. You all very good morning. To colleagues and friends, to begin with, I thank you for the invitation for our team to the dissemination workshop of ASEAN solar photovoltaic plus utilization study today. This shop, I understand, is a part of the support of the implementation of the ASEAN Plan of Action for Energy Cooperation, Phase II, 2021 and 2025. It's very important. Meanwhile, on behalf of the ASEAN China Cooperation Fund and Management Team, ATCF team, our team set up in 2019 right after pandemic in ASEAN Secretariat. And in my memory, it's almost the first time I joined a workshop out of the ASEAN Secretariat, out of Jakarta. Yes, you see, very excited to be here. Thank you. And we are proud to be the sponsor for this meaningful project. And I would like to express our sincere congratulations to the ASEAN Center for Energy in establishing the cooperation with the ITB, the Institut Teknologi of the Bandung, to support ACE in the program implementation of renewable energy and the regional energy policy and planning, which is also part of the APAEC. Second, we are, as the AMT, our team, we are pleased to see that ACE has carried out, together with the China Renewable Energy Engineering Institute, CREEI, to build a solid collaboration with the private companies and academics in energy sector, enhancing the energy security cooperation in this region. And from my team, our MT, we're pleased to be invited last time in August to have the site visit in east part of the Indonesia for some the solar photovoltaic the site. We have witnessed the productive practical cooperation among ASEAN and China in solar photovoltaic, the cooperation area, and the improvement. We are very impressed with the improvement of the remote village. Their livelihood greatly improved and changed because of the energy, and they have the facility for them to make the mobile and the signals for the mobiles. The third, as you may know, at the just ended the G20 summit meeting in Bali, Indonesia, and the 25th ASEAN and China summit meeting in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, is in early November. China national leaders, our President Xi Jinping and our Premier Li Keqiang, in their remarks, they all reiterated the China's continuous support and commitment in collaboration in the transforming of the green low carbon economy and the basket green energy cooperation among ASEAN and China, which including the establishment of China-ASEAN Clean Energy Cooperation Center. It's mentioned in the remarks by our Premier Li Keqiang in the ASEAN-China summit meeting. Last but not least, in earlier this month, November, China government has announced China will again to contribute to our China ASEAN Cooperation Fund for the year 2023. Since our fund established in 1997, and since 2019, we have annually contribute $10 million to our fund to support the practical cooperation between ASEAN and China. So hopefully next year, at least another 10 million, the top up to our fund. So in this regarding, ATCF, our team, will continue to support the cooperations among ASEAN and China in green energy related area. And we welcome all stakeholders to project proposal seeking our support and collaborations with us in project formulation and evaluation for project better management. You're welcome to have the contact message or our website. You can search ACCF on our website. Again, I wish the workshop runs smoothly and have a productive discussion, and looking forward to further cooperation with you all. Thank you for your patience. I thank you.
Mr. Huang, for your excellent speech. We all hope that the event will be a great success. Moving on to the next agenda is one of the most anticipated sections today, the MoU signing ceremony between ASEAN Center for Energy and Institut Teknologi Bandung. To highlight this memorable moment, I would like to welcome Professor Dr. Vijaya Matokusumo, University Secretary of Institut Teknologi of Bandung, ITB, to deliver the ceremonial remarks for the signing today.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam MC, for the time given. Distinguished speakers and panelists, I have to read out the list, even though, as you mentioned, that there is a change in the list, yeah? But first of all, I would like to thank for the nice opening speech delivered by Ibu Andrea Febi from the Director of Paris Renewable Energy, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources, also from Pak Erwan Misram, yeah, representative, yeah. And then here I see that Dr. Nuki Agia Utama, welcome, Pak. Executive Director of ASEAN Center for Energy, Dr. Dadan Kusdiana, yeah, Acting Director General of Electricity and SOE Leader, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources or representative. I see here next to me, Bapak Pratono Adi Sulistomo, Pak, welcome. And Mr. Abdul Rasib, yeah, Senior Undersecretary for Sustainable Energy, Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources, Malaysia, or representative. I see also Mr. Saiful Hakim, Director of Strategic Plan Division from SIDA, Malaysia. And of course, Mr. Huang Cheng, Director of ASEAN-China Cooperation Fund, yeah. And Mr. Bambang Iswanto, Managing Director of PT Surya Energi Indotama or representative, and Ibu Tri Mumpuni, which I know that will come later in the afternoon. Your Excellency, distinguished speakers, panelists, and of course, honorable guests, a very good morning to all of us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our hometown Bandung, where Institut Teknologi Bandung is placed. Yeah, it is not so far from here. It is my great pleasure to welcome everyone here to this joyous occasion of the MoU signing ceremony between ACE, the ASEAN Center for Energy, and ITB, Institut Teknologi Bandung, and also the event of ASEAN Solar PV Plus Utilization Dissemination Workshop today. We are extremely happy that this partnership is created between ACE and ITB, Pak Nuki. As academic, we must foster this strategic partnership to channel our learned knowledge and apply it to the greater good of the broader public. We are also aware that mere public policy dialogues are not enough. So we have to address the ongoing problem of the climate change. We know together that the issue of energy security, energy transition, and net zero target has been increasingly talked about in recent years, especially after a once in a century event happens, namely the COVID-19 pandemic. We are not aware. We have also learned that ASEAN region has taken measurable and actionable steps to address those issues. One of the issues are the APAEC Phase II targets of 23% and 35% for the region renewable energy target and installed power capacity respectively, and inexhaustible benefits. Solar energy development and utilization are now significant in the energy transition. Your Excellency and honorable guests, ITB, Institut Teknologi Bandung, is at the forefront of contributing to Indonesia's energy transition efforts. ITB strives to become an agent of new knowledge, which is why we positively collaborate and work together with industry and government partners regarding innovative technological solution, policy planning, capacity building, and also conducting research studies that support current and future clean energy projects. Today, we are tremendously happy to foster yet another strategic collaboration and partnership with the ASEAN region's leading think tank as a knowledge hub and catalyst for energy policy and programs that are in harmony with the region's economic growth and environmental sustainability. Today, through this partnership, we are also happy to support the implementation of the APAEC Phase II in the period of 2021 to 2025, particularly under the RE, Renewable Energy and Regional Energy Policy and Planning Programs area. Hopefully, through this cooperation, various capacity building activities, publication, policy dialogues, and research projects can be produced. ITB, through this opportunity, reiterates our support to the Indonesian government. Dr. Dadan Kusdiana, Acting Director General of Electricity and East OE Leader, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources, Indonesia. Furthermore, to our honorable guests from abroad, Mr. Wang Cheng, and it is also written here, Mr. Abdul Rasib, ITB or Institut Teknologi Bandung will always ready and welcome to support any incoming initiative and proactive collaboration to support ASEAN energy transition. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and also the participants, before I close my speech, please allow me also to acknowledge the launch of the ASEAN Solar PV Plus report, which can be our basis and considered as stepping stone to the success of these partnerships. I would like also to thank to Pak Bambang Iswanto, our representative, Managing Director of PT Surya Energi Indotama, and Ibu Tri Mumpuni from BRIN, Board of Governor of National Research and Innovation Indonesia, for participating the event today. I hope that everyone can enjoy the event and have an excellent, fruitful discussions with the speaker, panelists, or between participants, so we can all sharpen our knowledge and take concrete and real action afterwards for the advancement of solar PV plus in ASEAN. Once again, my sincere gratitude to all participants, excellencies, partners, speakers, panelists, and honorable guests for supporting this very strategic event. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much for your inspiring opening remarks. Next, on behalf of ACE, please welcome Dr. Nuki Aya Utama, Executive Director of ASEAN Center for Energy, to deliver the second ceremonial remarks.
Thank you, Jiang. Good morning, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Andrea Fabi from MoU, representing Dr. Dadan Kusdiana. Also, Dato Irwan and Dato Saiful, thank you for coming, sir. Mr. Huang Cheng, Director of ASEAN China Cooperation Fund, ACCF, thank you for your kind support over these years and for today's activities. Professor Dr. Engineer Wijaya Martakusumo, thank you for your great speech, Prof. And Pak Adi, thank you for coming. Distinguished speakers, panelists, focal points from ASEAN member states, good morning. For this very timely event and of course related with this important condition globally and regionally. We all know that this year we are facing not only one crisis but two crises. In 1970 we faced supply crisis with the increases of the cost of oil. Therefore, the world facing the first hydrocarbon crisis. But today, we were facing two simultaneously crises. Not only the supply side, but also demand side. We're facing the pandemics, which is influencing drastically the demand side. It drops in more than 30% in the region alone, and disturbing all of the supply chains and mostly the logistics issues. Apart from those, we also facing the supply side issues, being disturbed by the war happening in Europe. So we never estimate the disruption happen in the very short time. People are thinking on RE as the solution on the climate change, solution to reduce the emission. But after these two problems came, we're looking at RE as important part to secure the energy supply. So energy security this year, Prof, ladies and gentlemen, becoming the most important topics globally, and most importantly in Southeast Asia. In ASEAN alone, shows that we do have plenty of renewable energy resources. However, without any cooperation, collaboration, without any technology implementation, those resources potential will be idle. And we cannot really optimize to use those to fulfill our lack of energy security. Therefore, today's event, as I mentioned, is very timely and important to really become one of the milestones to collaborate and cooperate from the technological perspective, research institute perspective, academician perspective, with the think tank and also policymakers. Our study shows that the RE itself can provide 5.5 million jobs up until 2050. It is a huge difference if we rely only on hydrocarbon. Our study also shows that ensuring the energy security, we have to have a variety of energy supply. Therefore, all of these options of energy supply, most importantly from RE, needed to be expanded and tapped. So therefore, we really hope, Prof, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, that the collaboration between think tank, ASEAN member states, and also research institute and universities, and this is the first university from Indonesia, Pak, having MoU with us, and will be hopefully continue with other universities led by ITB, of course, to help the region to be part of the solution in the future, not part of the problem. If we're looking at right now, some of the countries, even though they do have quite enormous resources, but that their starting point is not really at a good pace, and now they're becoming part of the problem in the world. So ASEAN, with a lot of resources, in the future, when we become the fourth largest economy in the world, meaning that fourth largest energy demand in the world, we don't want to be part of the problem. So next 20, 30 years, we try as much as possible to be part of the solution. Emphasizing the importance of solar PV plus utilization in ensuring energy security, not only in the power sectors, but also direct utilization on the water issues, fisheries, agriculture, and so on. I think this workshop is very important on introducing the solar PV beyond power generation. And the potential is hundreds of millions of dollars can be utilized around the region. I do hope that today's workshop will inspire various strategic solar PV plus implementation and assist the region in reaching, as mentioned previously, 22% RE target in TPES and 35% in the total primary energy. And also congratulate the launch of the ASEAN Solar PV Plus. And again, thank you very much for our remarkable support from ASEAN China Cooperation Fund, ACCF, and of course our partner, the China Renewable Energy Engineering Institute, or CREEI, on having these activities today. And I hope, as also Mr. Chang mentioned, the establishment of the clean energy ASEAN Center, ASEAN China Clean Energy Cooperation, or ASEC, hopefully will be realized soon, and this will be a very good milestone between ASEAN and China looking at on these clean energy activities for the future. Once again, I would like to thank all respectable partners and honorable invites for supporting this event, and thank you for our distinguished speakers and panelists for their excellent preparation of sharing their knowledge. Thank you very much. Back to you, Chia.
What an excellent speech, Dr. Nuki. I believe that the partnership between ACE and ITB will not only a stepping stone for many other upcoming activities, but also represent ACE's emphasis on collaborations with academic institutions to facilitate high-quality research in the energy field. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now we will move on to the MoU signing ceremony. I would like to invite the two representatives of ASEAN member states in our event today. First is Mr. Praptono Ahi Sulitomo from Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources of Indonesia. And second is Mr. Saiful Hakim Abdul Rahman from Sustainable Energy Development Authority of Malaysia. And third, the representative of ASEAN China Cooperation Fund, Mr. Huang Jiang, to stand up on the main stage to witness the MoU signing ceremony between ACE and ITB. Now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Wijaya Matokusumo, University Secretary of ITB, and Dr. Nuki Aya Utama, Executive Director of ACE, to sign the MoU. And once you are all ready, please show the MoU with both of your signatures so all the audience in the meeting room and on the Zoom webinar and YouTube live stream can witness this special moment. Thank you so much. To capture this meaningful milestone, I would like to invite Dr. Nuki Ayatama to hand over the 7th ASEAN Energy Outlook, the latest flagship publications of ACE, to Professor Dr. Wijaya Matokusumo as a token of appreciation. Also, in return, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Wijaya Matokusumo on behalf of ITB to hand over the token of appreciation to Dr. Nuki Aya Utama. Finally, I would like to welcome Mr. Praptono, Mr. Saifu, and Mr. Huang to stand beside Professor Dr. Wijaya and Dr. Nuki to take a group photo. Thank you very much for your kind operations. So we are all looking forward to the upcoming collaborations and activities between ACE and ITB.